Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. We got Hoops Report. Why is Steph Curry still so difficult to guard at age 34?
Here's Steph Curry. He's on the perimeter, and as he starts running without the ball, he catches his defender sleeping a bit. Then with one dribble and an around-the-back move, he puts on a little magic show, splits the double team, gets the bench on their feet, and gets the bucket. Here he is again, sprinting down the court at full speed. Then as he catches the ball, he takes one dribble, stops on a dime, and the end result is splash. The Rockets' assistant coach clearly isn't happy with what he's seen. Here's Steph yet again.
Man,
this time he's being guarded by Eric Gordon.
Eric Gordon still plays for the Rockets? Get up out of there, buddy. A contender can use you.
Rockets guard does a good job at keeping number 30 in front of him, played almost perfect defense, but at the 11th hour, he left just a little too much space in between them, and splash. Look at this Rockets coach again, by the way. He couldn't believe what he just saw. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a man who's 34, turning 35 this season, but yet he's having arguably his best season ever, and even has young NBA stars saying this about him.
The toughest player to guard in the NBA.
Steph.
In a league that's dominated by height and athleticism, how in the world is 6'3" Stephen Curry still so difficult to guard in his 14th season? Well, let's get right into it. The 50-40-90 club is the gold standard in the NBA.
That's right, Kyrie got in the 21 season.
Because it means you're
Dirk did it? Okay, Dirk.
Baller. Then when you combine that with big production numbers like, I don't know, say 30 points per game, for example, it means you're one bad motherfucker. This season, Steph Curry isn't just dropping 50 points a game like it ain't no thing. He's doing it efficiently en route to his second 50-40-90 club season, and he's doing it emphatically with style.
You gonna give no plans on the Iguodala's his last season? This is his last season. You not gonna play him at least like 1 minute?
I mean, look at his statistics. 53% from the field,
32-7-7,
45% from three-point range,
53,
and
45,
90% at the line,
Sheesh.
while averaging not just 32 points per game, but 7 assists and nearly 7 rebounds a game. Say it with me, guys. 1, 2, 3. Sheesh. Anyways, Marcus Smart, the reigning Defensive Player of the Year, said this of the 34-year-old.
You know, the way that he's able to affect the game by able to run around and play off the ball. And get himself open.
That's what I'm saying, kids. That's where you gotta play off ball. Just move without the ball. You're gonna get something easy almost every time.
It's just
if you want to get an open look, just move without the ball. And if you have good teammates, they'll find you.
Defender, because you can't take a break. You know, the instance you think.
And on top of that, you're wearing out your defender. You're gonna make them tired. So when you do get the ball, you can go right past them because they're tired from chasing you all the time.
I think that he's not doing anything. The play is over for him, and that's when you get beaten. That's when you get burnt. And you know, he can affect the game at all levels, passing, you know, playmaking, shooting the ball, scoring the ball. So he got the whole package, and you have to be able to guard every last thing he has. And not many players can do that, you know.
And with that being said, let's take a closer look at everything Marcus Smart just said, but in actual game settings. And we'll start off with, you guessed it, his ability to shoot three-point shots with such accuracy from such a distance with such a quick release. Here's Curry right here. He's literally standing by the Chase logo about 6 feet out from the three-point line, and in a fraction of a second, he's already rising up for his shot, and before his defender knew what was going on, the ball
was guarding him?
The air,
Matt Ryan?
And in the
football player?
Accuracy, distance, and speed. Here's another quick example with Steph running in transition. His defender overruns the play when Steph went between the legs with the same hand. Then, before he knew what was going on, it's
too worried about Clay. I ain't mad at you. You too worried about Clay.
Splash, butter, baby. Anyways, let's look to see what happens when a defender plays him a bit closer and takes away his three. Here's Steph being guarded by one of the defensive players last season, Mikal Bridges.
Mikal Bridges was second in Defensive Player of the Year last season, I believe.
But when Bridges tries to move in to play him closer, Steph's quick enough to get past him, and he's also crafty enough to finish in traffic like he does in this play. Okay. So let's do a quick recap here. If you give him too much space, he'll shoot it right over you from basically anywhere on the court.
Press up on him.
And if you give him too little space, he'll just whiz right by you and finish at the rim.
That sounds like me!
As the opposing coach,
said that's my game.
Maybe you'll put a quicker defender that could keep up with him. Well, let's take a look at what happens in these situations. Here's Dave
Who we're talking about Paxson?
on Mitchell guarding Steph at half court. Now, Mitchell here is a bit smaller than Steph, standing at just 6 feet. He's also a lot younger and more athletic. He was the Naismith Defensive Player of the Year in college, and in the NBA, he's one of the quicker and stronger defensive guards. Steph realizes that he'll have a tough time if he tries to outmaneuver him with his handles. So, what does he do?
Call for a screen.
It's quite simple. He just uses the Draymond screen to easily get rid of him. Then when the taller center gets switched onto him, it's the same story all
Go to
over
work,
again.
yep.
Accuracy, distance, speed, splash.
He sounds like young kids, bro. Watch Steph Curry. See how he moves out the ball and uses screens.
It's no wonder
Get easy. Look, he averaged an easy 30, bro. It'd be quiet, but it'd be easy.
why Ja Morant said Steph is the hardest player to guard. Because honestly, this is what it's like guarding him. Anyway, just before we get a bit more into what makes Steph Curry so difficult to guard at age 34, let's hear from Michael Porter Jr. on why his preparation is key. You see, the two of them worked out together a number of times over the offseason, and here's what the Nuggets rising star had to say about the two-time MVP.
I think that the defining characteristic with Steph is his pace. Like the way he works out in the drills he does is all about getting him as tired as possible so he can shoot while he's tired. So he does like.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
People do in the half court, like the star drill, where you run from the top to the corner to the wing to then the other wing to then the other corner. But he'll do that. But he'll do that full court, and he'll do it like 2 times through, and he has to make he has to make 9 out of 10, but he's doing it the full length of the court.
Sheesh, guys. No wonder why Steph has the energy to do things like this.
No wonder why he has 9-9 stamina.
Here he is in the corner shooting a 3. There's just under 3 minutes to go in the fourth quarter in a tight game against the Heat. Everyone is exhausted. The shot doesn't go in, but the exhaustion causes his defender to mentally slip a bit. He was probably hoping that his own team.
I saw his play. Yep, he's gonna run back in bounds and get another 3.
That didn't happen. Steph, on the other hand,
Bam is still on the bench. Bam forgot he was in the.
He does. He's still
guarding Stephen Curry
without the ball and gets.
Dude forgot he was guarding Steph Curry.
I mean, by the time he catches the ball,
dude's probably gonna pump fake you. And you're gonna be all the way on the other end of the court.
Defensive Player of the Year finalist Bam Adebayo isn't even within 10 feet of him, and for the 2-time MVP, it's just another day, another dollar. Moving on here, something I've noticed more and more from Steph this season is that he's mixing in his mid-range shots too. It's just another way to keep defenders on their heels and keep himself unpredictable. But look, after he beats his initial defender and gets him jumping in the air, he even fades away to get a shot off against the outstretched arms of the secondary defender. Here's another one. Against Lonnie Walker of the Lakers, Curry actually borrows the dream shake from Hakeem Olajuwon, gets his defender going in the opposite direction, and hits the mid-range. Oh my goodness. Anyways, let me tell you something you might not know. This mid-range shot is something he definitely worked on and added to his game recently.
He already had a mid-range, he just never took it. Just like Harden in Houston.
Is getting even better. Because look, in his unanimous season back in 2016, he was only shooting 42.5% from the mid-range. Then last year, when the Warriors won the championship, his mid-range percentage was at 44%.
Man, he won the championship in 2016? Oh, never mind. 3-1.
This season, look at this. He's currently an outstanding.
They won in 2015, 60%. That's right.
No wonder why he's so difficult to guard at age 34. He's still improving his toolbox, and now, to be honest, his offensive game looks completely polished.
This dude's gonna play until he's 50 years old, bro.
He has,
because you can always shoot.
If you guard him one-on-one, he'll find a way to get an open shot. If you double team him, it's now a 4-on-3 situation where the defense is on their heels, and we all know how that turns out. Then what makes him still so difficult to guard is the fact that on any given night, there could be another Warrior even hotter than he is. I'm talking about Klay Thompson. I mean, despite Charles Barkley saying that he's washed, the truth is, Klay's still more than capable of dropping 40 points a game, and here's actually what Andre Iguodala said of the other Splash brother.
He's a generational talent as well. Like, I'm really, really excited for him. He missed the game the last 2 years. But in terms of shooting, like the only thing about Klay is he'll get bored after the shooting contest. He'll get bored. So people was like, who's a better shooter, Steph or Klay? And I was like, it depends on if Klay wants to go play with his dog or not.
It gets bored. I'm tired of shooting. I feel you. If you're a shooter, you know that feeling. Like, oh, I'm tired of doing this, bro. I'm making too many.
You know what, guys? I don't think any play defines the deadliness
We're only
of the
real
Splash
shooters who can
Brothers
relate.
more than this one here, which took place last year in the finals. Anyways, here's Steph in transition, and this is game 4, so he's like on fire. Remember? The two Celtics
Williams
superstars, Tatum and Brown, want to contain Curry, so they both go at him, but
And they forget someone's
in
open.
doing so, the other Splash brother was completely open, and sheesh, guys, look at that.
That's called gravity, kids. This is called gravity.
Splash brother
When you pull
was
two people see
completely
you,
open.
that's called gravity. Because it's his gravity, he leaves. Jalen Brown leaves Clay wide open. Because Curry's gravity.
And sheesh, guys, look at that. Despite the outstretched arms of Robert Williams, Clay caught it, and within a fraction of a second,
Catch and
left his
shoot.
hand to give the Warriors the
Clay's specialty, catch and shoot.
lead. By a long mile, Curry's still the best player in the league, and although I love Max Kellerman, whenever Steph hits big shots like the one against the Rockets, this phrase always pops in my head.
Fate of the universe on the line, or the Martians have the death beam pointed at Earth. You better hit it. I want
Iguodala. W Video Hoop Supports. Thanks for watching.